know I'm speaking for all the other, Brad Thor and Scott Harvath fans. We need Harvath on the big screen.
I
Whether
want to
it's,
see it.
I'd love to have it as a series. And just have several seasons and just get years out of it would be
That's what I'd love
fantastic.
to.
It'd be
I'd love to.
great.
Well, we've told, we've said that Sony got the rights to the books. It's like buying the Marvel universe. I mean, we're here
Mhm.
talking about Shadow of Doubt, which is my 24th novel, 23 in the Harvath series. So they've got a lot of material there. They could spin off a series on the Troll or whatever. I mean, there's so many
So
different
much.
things they could do. It's they really are buying a universe of IP that they could do a lot with. So we'll see what happens. I mean, all of my interactions have been so awesome. The people at Sony are first class, such professionals. Howard Gordon, Chad Stahelski. I mean, it's like a dream come true. And what's nice for me is the producers, Sean and Yvette Reddick, who packaged and put this whole thing together. They said, "Who do you want to direct?" And I said, "There's only one director I want. That's Chad Stahelski." And they're like, "We'll get him for you." I'm like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah." They said, "Okay, now you want an executive producer who really knows what he's doing with TV. Who do you want?" I'm like, "Howard Gordon." They're like, "All right, we'll get Howard." And so this is my dream team. I actually got to pick Howard. I got to pick Chad Stahelski.
Which is
Uh,
cool because not
oh,
everybody
it's
gets to do
unheard
that.
of.
Yeah.
It's unheard of in Hollywood. And we're at Sony, which is fantastic. So all the stars are aligned now. We're on the 2-yard line. We just have to get the ball into the end zone by the
All
end of the
right.
year. So
Come
fingers crossed.
on.
We'll see what happens. Yeah.
So in Shadow of Doubt, Harbath is kind of at an impasse. I'm trying to
Hmm.
be spoiler free here, so
Yeah. No, I
hopefully,
hear you.
um, he kind of questions, oh, is this time catching up to me? He makes a
Hmm.
few decisions that are pretty important to his future, but you
Yep.
kind of get a little bit of a hint that he's taking that deep breath finally and going, ugh, is that important to where you're going with Harbath into the future?
You know what? I was looking to put Harvath through as much kind of inner turmoil as he's experiencing externally. And so, this idea that the CIA came to Harvath with a not even morally ambiguous, I think morally wrong assignment and tried to press him into service. And when Harvath said, not only no, but fuck no, pardon my French, I'm going to get us the explicit content warning on your podcast, Jeff. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
Feel free to
I
bleep
already.
that out. But this idea that when Harvath told the CIA to go pound sand, that they then said, "Well, you remember when this happened on your assignment a couple of years ago? We're going to now blackmail you with that. So we're
Mhm.
going to put you in a situation where at least we at the CIA think you can't say no to us, and we're going to press you into service." And I thought that's an interesting thing we haven't seen with Harvath. If you think the lines of Lucerne, the U.S. government was chasing him, even though he had not done anything wrong. They thought he was the villain in that plot. And so Harvath has willingly stood up again and again and again and again and again to take any and every assignment that's been handed to him, not only because of his patriotism, but Harvath also has a little bit of a mental defect in that he thinks he's the best. Nobody else can do it as well as he can. So
Mhm.
I've always likened him to Tom Brady, where, Harvath won't step off the field until he's ready, till he's convinced that he can't do the job anymore. And that's a big thing because Harvath was taking injectables, steroids, and stuff like that, like guys that I know that are in the same position that don't want to come out of the field, that still want to kick indoors and shoot bad guys in the face, and they don't want to sit behind a desk. And Harvath wrestles with that a lot.